Hello everyone. Today we will be discussing about Alteryx software. This is very important and powerful tool which is being used nowadays. A lot of people are using it and it is helping them in their day-to-day tasks. Why do we need to use Alteryx? Before that, we'll start with the Alteryx is a software company which is based out in California, and in 2006 Alteryx software was released in the market. Since then it is being used, but from last few years this is more popular, and nowadays a lot of people have started learning it and working on this. Alteryx software is used to prepare your data. It helps us to prepare data, to do data cleansing, data massaging, and the data coming from multiple sources. So the data can be from physical source, your spreadsheet, text files, to your any kind of databases, cloud, anywhere. So the data can be coming from anywhere. You work on it, you combine it, you join it, you do all the data massaging, you do all the data cleansing, your joins, your unions, everything, and then you will get a final output as a clean data. Because nowadays, the data what we are getting in the business, that is not up to our expectations, okay, or it is not the way we want it. So what we have to do, we have to work on that to clean it, and we have to do lot of calculations, lot of aggregations, lot of cleaning purpose, and in that we will be spending lot of time. Okay, lot of time, lot of hours are spent only on that work. So instead of that, what we'll be doing now, we will create workflows in Alteryx which will help us to get our requirements. So let's discuss about Alteryx. What is Alteryx? So what is Alteryx? Alteryx is a software tool which is like data analytical software tool. Okay, so it's a company based out in California, and it's a leader in the self-service data analytics. Why I'm saying that data analytics? Because not only data cleaning, not only data preparation, this also helps you to understand your data. That is the main thing nowadays. In today's time, you need to understand what is your data, what is your data hiding. You need to find out those hidden things. It can be a treasure in your data which you have to find out. So this thing, how you will do it? So for that you need some resources, some kind of technologies which will help you to get those hidden insights. So Alteryx is going to help us in that. Data preparation, plus you will do all the data cleansing, and you will do predictive analytics, you have spatial analytics, all those parts are also involved here. And that too, to your surprise, you don't have to write any code here. So Alteryx Analytics provides an analyst the unique ability to easily prep, that is data preparation, blending the data, and analyzing all their data using workflows. Workflows, that is what we call it here. So we will create a workflows, a kind of like diagrams. We will use some tools and then use them whenever required. So the time what we used to spend in cleaning and all that stuff again and again, every week, every month, now we don't have to do all that. So our time is saved. Now we have to just create a workflow, execute it whenever required. So let's say I'll give an example, 3 to 4 hours of work which I used to do, it is now happening in just few minutes. Okay, so this is how it is going to help you. And then you can share your data, your insights, your analytics for others. It can be like other reporting technologies, okay, other databases where you can feed that data. Okay, so all that can be done. Alteryx Analytics can connect to any kind of data source, data warehouses, cloud applications, spreadsheets, anything, and you can do all your stuff, everything, without writing any code. So that's the reason why Alteryx is nowadays more and more popular. It is taking attraction in the market from last 2-3 years, more in the market, and a lot of new people are trying to learn this thing. So why you should go with Alteryx? So there might be some other technologies. You can say that I am using some kind of ETL technologies which are doing the same stuff. Yes, those are also doing the same stuff. But what at the end of the day, what is the main important thing? that time saving. So the time saving is main important thing in the current scenario. So that we will go to the technologies which will help us to save the time and get the answers quickly. So Alteryx is a faster analytic platform that is purpose to where the purpose of the tool is to build and empower the data analyst and their productivity. It can blend any kind of data. I'm saying any kind of data, build analytics in a much easier way than any other technologies, and simplifying how analytics insights are consumed by business users. So it will tell you that how the things can be done, how you have to use them, how you have to work on your data, save times, and enable your business to make the right decisions faster at the lower cost. Exactly. So that is the main thing why we are working. So to save time and making the right decisions quickly. Alteryx empowers analysts to create workflows. Analysts means people like us, people like you. So we will be creating workflows with the Alteryx Designer. So the tool which we'll be using is called Alteryx Designer, where we'll be creating all the workflows and allow users to consume analytic apps, which we will create again using the private cloud or Alteryx Analytics Gallery. So this way, what happens, you can share your findings, share your data, your analytic apps with others also. So that's the reason why Alteryx is more and more popular nowadays. So without wasting time, let's go and see how Alteryx works. This is your Alteryx Designer software, where you create all your workflows, your analytic apps, you can create macros, lot of things. So here you see that like we have toolbar, we have tool palettes, we call it palettes here. So you can say a lot of icons you see here with stars marked here. For few, you can see the stars is not marked. Okay, star is not shown or it is not highlighted. Okay, there are different types of tools here: join, parse, transform. In database reporting, you have documentation, your spatial interface, data investigation, predictive. So you have these many tools, data preparation tools. Okay, so you have a lot of tools which are available here. There are predictive, you have a lot of other predictive tools, not only these two. You have to download them separately, so that can be done. So these are all different types of tools which will help you to do and work on your data. Okay, so let's see that how to create a workflow. So here you have like a lot of tools in and out, and here is your canvas. We call it canvas. So this is Alteryx canvas, where we create the and drop all the tools here. This is your results window, which will show you the results here. Okay, this is your configuration window, which shows you the configuration of a particular tool or the canvas. So here we have all the tools. I'll go to favorites. So under favorites, you see that I have few tools available here. So this tells me that these are the tools which I have marked as favorite. I can add new tools or new like any other tools earlier here, and I can mark them as favorite. So let's say cross tab. I want to mark that as a favorite. So I can just click on that. It will be marked as favorite, and it will be now part of my favorites bar. Here you see cross tab. So this way, it is nothing but like it's just a way of seeing your favorite tools. So what tools you use daily, regular basis in your day-to-day task, so that you can mark them as favorite. So you don't have to search them, or you don't have to go here and there and to look for them. So let's work on the data. Let's drop the data and work on it. So one of the important thing what we have is here input data. So input data tool is a tool which will help us to load data from different sources, different databases, all that. So here you can see that I have different sources here, file, different types of files, SQL Server, Oracle, Hadoop. I can even connect to big data, which is nowadays a lot of people, you people will be working on big data sources and all different data sources. You can do all that stuff. Other databases, here you have ODBC, ODB, Oracle, Teradata, ASRI Maps. Okay, all these databases are there. Save data sources, any data sources which are saved in your connection, then you can see it here. So what I'll do, I'll just try to load a quick file and then we'll see it here. So I'll just load this superstore subset data. You might have worked on this data, you might have seen this data. So I'm just loading it. Say open. When you say and select the file, it shows you all the sheets of that file. I'm loading an Excel file which is having multiple sheets. So which sheet you want to load? I have all these sheets here. So you can say orders. So I'll just load orders here. Just click on orders and say OK. When you say OK, you see the preview of the data here. So preview first 100 records, it is just showing you first 100 records. And remember, if you do any changes at the backend file, and if you say refresh, it will be refreshed. The data will be refreshed automatically when you click on that. See, here it is coming from Excel source. You have these many sources here. You see, you can see a lot of things, and I believe a lot of people among you must be using Alteryx and with other technologies, like it's more popular with Tableau. So here you can do what you can do directly. You can create a Tableau data extract file. It can be used like to create a ClickView data exchange file. Here you see. So this way, what can be done? You have a lot of examples. You have like a lot of sources from where you can bring up the data. Okay, so we have loaded data. Now it is still saying the file must be specified. So what I have to do, I have to just click somewhere else here in this canvas, and it will start showing me that the data what I have loaded here. Now just to see whether what data it is loaded here, what I'll do, I'll just drop a browse tool and I will add it here. So if you see that when I'm bringing the tool near to the input tool, then it is trying to create a connection. When I'm taking it a bit far, then the connection is broken. So it is nothing. It is just a way it tells you that it is trying to connect. Or you can do it manually also. Just drag and drop it here. So this way, the browse tool will help me to see that what data I have loaded. Now to execute this till here, you have to do, here you see Ctrl+R to run the workflow. Or you can just click on this icon over here and just execute the workflow. It's done. Finished in 2.6 seconds. It's okay. And here, just click on that. You will see the data. So there are 24 columns in this data sheet and 9,426 records. So this way, this is the data what you are bringing up here. Okay. Now, okay, this is fine. Now what I have to do, I might have to see the data columns, or I might have to rename some columns. This is my requirement. So what I will do, I have these many tools, out of which I know that which tool will be used for that. So I'll just drop, select here, select tool, which shows me that all the columns of this table, the data types, which I can change, any of the data types I can change. I can rename any of the columns. Here you see, I can select or unselect the columns, whichever I require. There might be many columns, but you don't need many columns in your requirement. Then you can uncheck those unwanted columns here. So this way you can select, unselect, change the data types and rename the columns. What I'll do, I'll just rename this column called unit price, and I'll name it as per unit price. So this way, now this column will be called as per unit price in my steps. Now, what else? Let's see the data till here. So what I'll do, I'll just execute the workflow again, and we'll see the data here. It's done. I can use a browse tool, or I can just click on this arrow kind of thing here. Just click on that and you will see the data. Here you see same number of records. Only difference is that the unit price column is now called as per unit price. So this way I can create a step-by-step workflow. Next thing, let's say you want that your data should be filtered. So let's say based on some data, based on some requirement, data should be filtered, or we should apply some formatting. So what I'll do, if I want to apply some sorting actually. So if I want to do some kind of sorting, then I have to use a tool called sort. So again, just same thing, just drag and drop it on your canvas. You want to sort the columns. By which column you can specify here. Let's say I want to sort the column on order ID. Ascending or descending, you can choose. I want to sort it on ascending, that's all. So this way I have added another tool, another step in my workflow, which will sort my data. Okay, now you want to apply a filter. You want to apply a filter on your data. So what you will do, you will use a filter tool. So just add a filter tool here. Now, what is happening? Filters are used to apply some conditions on the data, to remove some data. Okay, so here you have two different types of filters. One is basic filter, one is custom filter. Basic filter you can apply only on one column, and when you have the custom filter, you can write multiple conditions. So let me just use basic filter, and under this I will say show me the sales which are more than $100. So just greater than and say 100. So I will get only that particular data which is more than $100. Okay, now you have this T and F, that is true and false. So condition which fulfills, or the records which fulfills this condition, it will come under T, and the records which does not fulfill this condition will come under F. Okay, so let's see it. I will execute this workflow. Okay, so here you see I have T, I have these many records, 6090 records are fulfilling this condition where the sales is greater than $100, let's say. And anything which doesn't fulfill, I have 3,330 or 3,030 records, okay, where sales is less than $100. My requirement is to work with the records which are greater than $100. So what I'll do, I'll use this one. And just to show you, like just to have another thing, that I will add a sort here so that I can see the things here clearly. Okay, all that. So not sort, sorry. I will use a select tool. Okay, so select tool, again I will see the same stuff. Now what is another requirement? My another requirement is to have a join. So what I want to do, I want to join this table with another data set. So that can be coming from any source, it can be from any database, it can be coming from cloud, it doesn't matter. So what I'll do, I will get another input here. So this is my output till here, and this is my another input. I will get the input data, say file. Okay, I have that particular file in the same sheet. Now I will load the data from returns. So what I'll do, I have returns here, so just click on returns and say okay. So this can be coming from any source, it doesn't matter from where data is coming, you have to use the same method. Now what I want the data or the status column from this table to my main table. So what I'll do, I will use a join. I will have a join here, and this is added here. This is my left table and this will be my right table. So this way what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to bring the data from this to, like from this table to this table or this source. Okay, my F, don't worry about F. I'm not going to work on F records. These are useless for me, so we can leave them. Okay, I have created a join tool. Join tool will help me to join data from two tables. Okay, so I have two options here, join by record position or join by specific fields. In this case, what I'll do, I will use join by specific fields. And you know that to create a join, you need to have a common element. So that common element will be used to create a join. Joins can be left outer join, right outer, full outer, inner join. That's your choice, how on what join you want to join the data. In my case, I have order ID, and the same thing is there in my right table. I'll just click on that, and this way what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to join a table. So just select this, you will see all the columns of your right table and left table. If you see that I have a left table order ID, right table order ID and status. So two columns from right table are added into my main data set. But I don't want this order ID coming from right table, which is because I already have a right order ID, which is already there in my main data table. So this way what I will do, I will uncheck this column. I can do the same stuff what I can do in select tool under join also. I can select, unselect few columns, any columns. I can change the data types, or I can do the renaming here. So now what I want to see, I want to see the output of main data table and the matching records of right table. That means left outer join. So what I'll do, I'll just create a union here and drop it here. So this union will help me to see the data from this one and this one, both the tables. And I will just connect. This is right now taking the matching of both the tables. I will take the left records also. So this way, what it will do, it will give me the output from both the tables. So now let's see, this is the final output. So this is how like our final output will be loaded. Okay, let's see, I want to add a browse. You can just drag and drop from here, drag and drop it here, or right click here and say add browse after. That's your choice how you want to proceed. It's your completely wish. This is my final output. Okay, it is not yet saved anywhere. This is just to view. Okay, now how to see the final output? Just click on that. Workflow will be executed and your output will be saved in your file. Okay, so this is in my final output. Here you have 6090 is the final output here, and this is your 6090 970 KB is the file size. Okay, so this way now if you see, I have data from left table, then I did a filter which gives me only records where sales is greater than $100. If you see this, you can sort it, then you will see, and I have status column. So status column gives me the result, whether the order was returned or not returned. Okay, so this way like we have the final output. So now we can do a lot of other things, like we can do formulas to remove those nulls. Okay, so all the conditions can be created. So this way what happened, I was able to create a simple workflow using Alteryx tool. Now I can save this in my local, in my analytics gallery, anywhere. So this way Alteryx tool, Alteryx workflows will be helpful for us in our day-to-day tasks. We will be able to save time. So okay, for that you might have spent, let's say, 1 hour or 2 hours, but from next time you have to just click on this run, save this, say run, and within fraction of seconds or let's say few minutes your output will be with you. Now if you have huge volume of data, millions and millions of records, then obviously it is going to take some time, but not, you don't have to spend hours or weeks just to do a lot of the manual work. Okay, so this is how like Alteryx is going to help you. Now I can add an output tool here. If you want, I can say in out, I have an output tool which I can specify that where this output should be saved. Okay, here I can specify where this output should be saved, whether it's the file, whether it's a SQL Server file, Oracle file, Hadoop, other data sources, and anywhere. So this way I can always save the output wherever I want. So this is just an introduction about Alteryx software, how it is created, and how the workflows are created and saved. I hope like you like this